We can clap now. Yay! I'm so excited. So welcome to the Huckleberry Press presents Lilac City Live at Mad Collab Studios in Spokane. And we're all full of energy because we just came off the Spokane Small Business and Entrepreneurs group. And I love that group because it is a great gathering of people who contribute mightily to each other. So it's like everyone's helping with ideas for how to grow your small business, how to be a stronger entrepreneur, sharing leads for business, all kinds of things. So it's really exciting. And that is where we get this webcast from. So yay for us.
Yeah.
And today we're talking to Emily Peterson from Page 42 Bookstore. And she's got the best glasses ever.
Yeah, also a fact. Yeah.
I made it a condition of doing the interview, in fact.
Yeah.
And we're also talking to Denny Carman, the art dad of Spokane. So it's going to be a great 20 minutes. So welcome, Emily.
Thank you.
Yay. And this is where the live studio audience claps for Emily. So what I want the live, let me start over. So what I want the live studio audience to do is clap for every little thing. And I want you asking questions. You got that handled? Yeah, okay, good. Yay. Thank you, Mandy. And I'm missing your little dog.
Well done.
So Emily, let's talk about your business.
Page 42. The bookstore of my dreams come true. I own it with my best friend. We're halfway through our third year of doing it. So it's a big, crazy operation. We've just hired last year our 5th employee, and I'm probably going to hire a 6th one this year. So comfortable, consistent, scalable growth, everything that I could have asked for. So I'm having a good old time.
Wow.
Yeah.
See how fun that is?
That's good. I like that. You guys are doing a great job.
Well, speaking as one who runs a old school newspaper, what on earth got you excited about starting an old school bookstore?
Because print media is not dead, and
Amen.
people think that people don't read anymore, and they're just wrong. The people of Spokane, at least, are voracious readers. I have people waiting outside my bookstore for us to open on some mornings, especially sale days. People are excited, they're enthusiastic, they're supportive. We have an amazing community for the written word. So I think this is a great place for both the Huckleberry Press and Page 42.
Right on. You're making my job so easy. What have you learned in the process of opening a bookstore? Like, what were some of your challenges and what did you have to overcome?
Well, the biggest challenge was the way that the business was set up when we first took over was really messy. I think a lot of small business owners get in it for the passion, and then the paperwork ends up being a problem. Very normal stuff, I think, unpaid taxes and licensing needing filed and reports needing filed, and all of this thing really got in the way of everyday business operations. So cleaning that up was a huge task and taught me to be consistent with our deadlines for the government. Pay everything on time and there'll just be no problems for things. So we've been really good about that. And the more important thing that I've learned is that the Spokane community will catch you if you jump. And that was kind of a scary lesson to learn. People didn't think that we could do it. I had a lot of people tell me, don't buy a bookstore with your best friend. Don't go into business with your friends. Why would you go into a bookstore? It's 2023. People aren't reading anymore. And lots of naysayers. And they were all super duper wrong. We jumped and Spokane caught us. And it has been an amazing adventure.
Yeah, that's insane. What's it like? What is it like being in business with your best friend?
It is more fun than I thought could be profitable, to be honest with you. We come to work on our days off because that's where my besties are and they're working and all my books are there. And where would you go on your day off? Well, the bookstore. So here I am at my bookstore on my day off with all my besties doing my work, I guess. But really, I just play with books all day. So it's pretty much a dream. It's the best. Yeah.
You kind of already answered this, but what are some of the things that you like best about what you do? So You like working with your besties.
With my people, and I like not having a boss, right? Everybody wants that, and that's been really awesome. I am really proud of the impact that we have. Our mission statement is community impact, one book at a time. So we work to spread the literary word in Spokane, especially to our lower income communities and anyone that has a barrier between them and great literature. So we embody that by being the low price leader for books in Spokane. 95% of my books are $5 or less, so that really enables almost anyone to walk in and get a book. Additionally, we have large, low-cost sales. We have our 25-cent sales all summer and fall and spring, where we have 5,000 to 7,000 books for 25 cents each. And like they're good, hardbacks, paperbacks, quality books. We just process enough that we don't need them all. And where many businesses and thrift stores choose to throw books away because it's inconvenient to find them all at home, we're willing to put the work in to rehome them, even if it's at low cost or no cost, because it keeps them in the hands of readers, keeps them out of the landfills, keeps people reading and happy and satiated for the written word. So, yeah.
I love that.
You use the word rehome the way that most people refer to pets.
Yeah,
so
we're a book adoption agency. We are, because we have such love for it. So I do think it is kind of the similar feeling as if I was running an animal shelter. I purchased an estate and it belonged to someone who passed away, and she reads the same things that I read, and that's a weird experience to go through and see, like, this is what my collection might look like when I pass away, and to handle them with reverence and care that the person who owned them would want them handled with, to rehome them, to not throw them away, to not huck boxes, to not disrespect the items that meant so much to the person who owned them. By honoring that, we spread that love, and you make it go further. And some of the books that don't necessarily have real value are really valuable to the people who didn't know they needed them, or who have been looking for years for this weird, obscure, unpopular, out of print book that their dad read to them in the 70s, and they cry when they find it. And that could have been in a landfill somewhere. But I put it out for 25 cents, and you found it, and it's just perfect. It's meant to be. Serendipity.
I had a question. It just slipped my mind. It is in the.
Too long.
No, you didn't. You're talking perfectly. It is. What is your supply chain like? So where do you get your books? And what extraordinary books have you found?
Oh, well, that's a fun question. So for our books, we process anything and everything. So as mentioned, that we purchase the estates, and we also buy the trash off of thrift stores in order to keep them out of the garbage. And we do house cleanouts, we do trade-ins with the community, we accept large-scale donations in store. So where many places might say, oh, I can't take your 26 boxes, I don't have space. I'll flip the table over, we'll stack up on top, on the bottom, I'll move the furniture and make it happen, because free is free. And it's my job to find a home for those things, and I'll do it. So by making ourselves available, the Spokane community has made books available. And we have an acquisitions team. One of my business partners, Jacob, he runs our acquisition team. So his job is to shop for books and to bring home the bacon. So he really likes that. And as far as extraordinary books that we have found, the first one that I took home that was valuable, because for a long time I couldn't take home books that had value. I felt weird about it. I'm like, I should sell this, for the business. We got to succeed, and this, that, and the other. And I would take home like paperback romances and things that didn't have a lot of value. The first one I took home that was valuable was a first edition Robin Hood, because I was holding it and I was like, no, I don't think so. I think this one comes home with me. Yeah, we find all sorts of cool stuff. I sell crazy stuff that, we've sold several first edition Bambis, and I'm into the old kids books, obviously, but vintage and antiques. I just sold an 1835 hymnal, so
Wow.
really cool Christian hymnal, and then an 1855 Bible, so pre-Civil War Bible, really cool, had like notes in the corner. Things like that. I'm a sucker for the antique ones, but I think people are more impressed with our contemporary releases. We get a lot of things that just came out this year or last year, and because we're the low-priced leader, I'm selling it for cheaper than anywhere else, and it looks like a brand new book. It's a nice hardback. It's in good condition. You see it, and you're like, oh, new bookstore, but it's only $7, and then everyone's confused. So it works out well.
So I just inherited, you mentioned 26 boxes. I just inherited literally 26 boxes from my mom of books. So should I bring them to page 42 bookstore?
Yeah, call me first. If it's 26 boxes, definitely give us a call. But yeah, absolutely. I'll hook you up, help you out, free your space up, give you some money for things that are worth it, take the things off your hands that aren't.
If people want, where do we send people to find out more about page 42 bookstore?
So my favorite is social media. Facebook and Instagram is a great way to get a hold of us. If you have a large scale business deal, you want to be paid for things, or you want to set up a consignment contract long term, email is best for business, and social media is best for pleasure. So
I'm super inspired by you. And again, it's because I run a newspaper in the day of Facebook and the internet and all that. And so I love the energy that you're bringing to the printed word and how you're extending that possibility for people in the community. It's really extraordinary.
It's been crazy. People are so excited about it. People love it. In January, we did our free book fair, which we do every January, and we were able to give away 10,000 books in one day. We had over 1,500 people show up. I expected 500 the first day, 500 the second day, and 500 the third day. Instead, everybody showed up at once, and we ran out of books in the first day of the 3-day event, which was, I was flabbergasted, totally astonished. So I just never want to hear from anyone ever again that people don't read, because it's not true. The people who were most excited were the kids going in and like just losing their minds. It's all free. I can just have this. And they just can't handle how excited they are. So, I mean, if you foster that throughout their whole childhood, they'll be lifelong readers. And that's job security for me. So that's what I work on.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your energy and your spirit and your vision today.
Thank you.
And,
I appreciate it.
And please, we're going to talk to Denny, but please hang around so I can take your picture before you go.
Okay, will do. And making sure to check out, we're having our vendor fair April 29th. Saturday, April 29th. We're closing down our parking lot at page 42, and we're having more than 30 vendors come out and sell their wares. We've got art, decor, food, crafts. We even have Bucho's Barkery coming.
Yeah. Oh.
So it's going to be really amazing. So I look forward to it. And well, the books live inside, but yeah, they'll be there too. We're located at 2174 North Hamilton Street. So that's at Hamilton and Montgomery, next to Donut Parade and Logan Elementary. Yeah.
Yay, Emily.
Thank you guys. Thanks for having me. I so appreciate it.
And then if you want to give your microphone to Denny and he'll clip it onto his shirt there, then we'll talk to Denny. Yeah, we need some Jake Beal music to fill in the gap here.
Second Saturday.
Yes, that is you.
That is me. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we're just talking.
You just sent me an email.
Surprise. How you doing?
Good, Denny.
We get all situated here. Okay.
I think you're good.
All right.
So let's give Denny a round of applause. And I'm excited. Is that something that's coming up that we should talk about?
No, she gave it to me.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get to know you a little bit better because I barely know you. I know we're friends on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
But from my perspective, the Huckleberry Press likes to focus on people who make a difference in the local community. And I think that Morgan set us up for this interview because you're somebody who makes a specific difference in the art community of Spokane. So
I try a little bit.
I think you more than try.
Okay.
I think you do.
I don't talk about myself too often, so yeah.
Well, you're going to get used to that here in the next 15 seconds. So,
all right. So tighten my seatbelt, huh?
Yeah, tighten your seatbelt.
Okay.
So, how did you get started with your work in the Spokane art community?
Well, it wasn't planned at all. I was a plumber for 32 years. That was my career. But years back, I fell off of I was always in a hurry, just like I am now. I never sit still very long. So I was up on a scissor lift. Thought I lowered it, and I didn't lower it.
Oh.
Yeah, so I just jumped off it like I usually do, and I went about 15 feet and landed on my feet in the concrete and broke a bunch of stuff. So,
ouch.
Yeah, that career was over. So then I was going through a period of being all drugged up for the pain, and that's when I started to paint a little bit just to keep from driving my wife nuts. So that's basically how I got into the art community. Started painting for myself, and then I started looking after I had my first show at the Liberty Building downtown. And after that, I tried to look for spots for me to hang my art. And before I knew it, I had like 10 venues lined up, which I couldn't fill with mine. So then I started getting a hold of artists and asked them if they'd want to show at these locations. And that's kind of how things got started.
And now you are, as I understand it, you're I don't know if representing is the right word, but promoting artists in the area. And you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart. So why do you do that? I mean, a lot of people would charge for that.
Well, you know, when I got hurt and got involved in it, I had someone to help me show for the first time at the Liberty Building, gave me kind of a second chance, and it just feels right. I just don't. It's kind of hard to answer because I just don't feel right asking these artists to pay me to do what I do. They're not rich. They're out, and a lot of the artists that I helped get started. They're just starting out. They paint rocks, whatever it is. They're just getting going. They don't have money to be paying me. So I get them going. A lot of them are scared. A lot of them are, you know, pretty timid. So I talk to them, kind of guide them, get them out there showing, and then push them away, and they come back. But yeah. So yeah, I just love doing it. I wouldn't do it if I didn't love it. Because
well, what I see is you're providing a real service, because I think it's fair to say a lot of artists are not the most confident in the area of self-promotion. So here you are giving them encouragement and giving them some direction, I imagine.
Well, they're a lot of artists have, you know, things happen in their life. That's why they're artists, and they're very lost on what to do. And I'm not saying anything against anybody in Spokane or any other town. They don't get a lot of opportunities unless you're established, and galleries or whoever it is knows who you are. You're not going to go show at these places. They kind of slam the door a little bit. So that's why I do what I do. I get them kind of train, teach them, get them their courage up, and and then they start going to places themselves. And yeah, then I sit back and just smile about it.
It's got to be
paid.
Yeah.
I mean, it may sound corny as heck, but because I talk to my wife about this all the time, I feel like I get paid because I can just sit back and watch somebody like Morgan. So I'm gonna pick on her a little bit. When she first met me, you know, we started working together, and look where she is now. I mean, she was just getting out in the art community, and she's done it all herself. She's done all the work. So, but
there is so a team. Don't even.
I guess she told me, didn't she? Yeah, but but that's what, you know, she's a success in it. Yeah, that's what I enjoy.
And you started your own gallery, so tell us a little bit about that.
That's called Chrysalis. My plate kind of makes me mess that up. Chrysalis Gallery. We're at 911 South Monroe Street. You know where Huckleberry's is on Monroe? I'm straight across the street from it, and I even live there, so I don't have a long drive to work.
Short commute.
I just walk upstairs, go home, and walk downstairs, open. Yeah.
Right on.
And we do the, you know, like in gallery, we change out the first of every month, and it runs for a month. And we, you know, jewelry, art. It doesn't matter if you're known. If I have artists that are just starting out, never shown before, showing on my walls, I don't care. We're there for everybody.
What is a word of advice you would have for a new artist in Spokane?
Oh, geez. What, you know, you have to find someone that, truthfully, with connections, someone to lean on, someone to guide you. That's the number one thing. I mean, there's a lot of artists that step out there, they're just ready to rock and roll, and they can do it. But the biggest percentage of them just don't know what to do. So just network like crazy, talk to the other artists, get advice, and then number one, just be yourself. I have a lot of artists that say they want to paint exactly like so-and-so or so-and-so. Paint what makes you happy and be you. Have your own style. So that's kind of makes them, you know, a little different than everybody else.
Powerfully spoken.
Yeah. Hey, man, I feel so special today.
You are special. We have time for 1 or 2 questions from our live studio audience.
Ooh.
I'm just curious how long you've been doing your art. Like, when did that transition happen?
I got injured in 2004 or 5. I can't remember. Clear back in the first part of 2000s when I got injured. But then I was drugged up pretty heavy for a year or 2. I was painting, but I was so. If you look at my art from back then, it's all black and white. It's just dark because that's all I really cared about. And then after I started weaning off all that stuff, and then I started painting color like butterflies, and everybody wants me to paint butterflies. But yeah, so it's been quite a while. But now I don't paint that much, that often. This is my last piece I've done. That was like, yeah.
What does that represent? Like somebody busting through.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
You're painting. So can you explain?
Yeah, talk about your painting a little
That's
bit.
hard to explain. I get very, very, and Morgan will tell you this, I can't sit still very well, and I always like 20,000 things going on, so I get very bored easy. So when I paint something, I painted nudes, these trucks, it doesn't matter. Something pops in my mind. It doesn't have to be, this here was nothing. This was not any location or anything like that. I just sit down and I look at a canvas, and then I just start sketching, and next thing you know, I'm painting, and it comes out like that. That's just, there's no rhyme and reason for anything that I paint unless somebody asks me to paint something for them, which I don't like doing, to be honest with you. I don't like commissions because then it's the job. They did. I feel pressure. I feel like I got to focus on that, and I don't like that. So just let me do my thing.
So if we want your art, we need to go to Chrysalis to get it. We're not going to say, hey, Denny, we want you to create something.
Oh, I don't mind doing it. I'm just being honest. It's just,
Not as fun.
you know, and Morgan will probably tell you this too, is I don't take life too serious. Even everything that I do, I've been doing this a long time. I can't remember everything I've done. And I never take it too serious. I just like enjoy what I do. That's why doing the commissions kind of makes it feel like I'm doing a job, but I will do it. But just don't inspect it overnight, because I take my time. These are oils, which takes a while to dry anyway. So, and I'm very picky.
How long does a piece like that take?
If I put the time into it, I mean, if I figure by the hours or something, I probably did this one in half a month or summer month or something like that. I can't remember. But I spread it out because I can't sit still for very long. Not just because I'm hyper as heck. It's just because of my injuries, and then my injuries to my legs. I'm up and down a lot. So it takes me a while. Yeah.
Right on. So Chrysalis Gallery, and what's the address again?
911 South Monroe Street.
Do you have a website?
I do. It's theartchrysalis.com.
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 Right on.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing your energy here today. And I just want to say that, in my opinion, creativity would solve all of our problems. So I totally acknowledge you for bringing people along in the creative process. I'm sure that it's solving multiple problems in the process and creating a lot of possibilities. So,
well, art's very, very important, and especially in the kids' lives. So that's why I do what I do, because it's being taken out of a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah. Oh no, wait. So just wanted to thank our live studio audience, and I want you guys to know it's not just about the clapping, it's that your presence makes all the difference. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And if you're watching this, please share it. It helps Emily of Page 42 Bookstore. It helps Chrysalis Gallery, and helps all the artists in Spokane. So thank you very much, and do that. Thank you. Good job.